introduction. Thank you so much, Excellency, for inviting.
Please put hands together for yourselves. These were wonderful messages that you shared with us and good observations. Please, we are haunted by the weather right now. Please let's put our hands together for Mr. Berthold to teach us a call and response. Right.
Thank you very much and good evening. Thanks, Excellency. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here, Chairman and co-founder of African Power Banks. One of my late grandmothers come from Benin. Recently, I have to go to Ida. So I've closed all the door returns. So I've been to Senegal, Gure, when Indo Gure, I was born in Takrady, schooled in Cape. I've gone to Benin because I have family there. We go in and out. Then I have friends in Haiti. Now that I've met Excellency in New York or US, I'm meeting the diaspora there. They want to come. So now that some friends are taking me to Mexico, I have to make sure I meet Suriname. Maybe I speak French. So French Guyana, Madame Oniba, Revenue who is the other party. I speak French, and it's so beautiful to have it. I like my two late grandmothers, and you always have to go with feet. Jennifer, good job done. The Calabash, good job done. The firewood, the mothers, and ladies here. Jennifer, thank you. Read about the second edition for Jennifer. Third edition. I've lost count, I'm sorry. And Mrs. Century, thank you for telling us that your friends who are private, please, you let us join them. I don't have money. So we accepted being here. I've learned a few words in Surinamese, okay? Wadao, a female. When she says it sounds different, so let me do it.
Wadao. And you say female. Everything we say, just like the Nigerians, we put O. Right? Wadao. Female. Female has a history of freedom. In enslavement time, they would have intruders from our own African people. So to know if someone is a free worker for the European, they created our Wadao and how to respond. If you don't know how to respond, they know you're an intruder. Because everybody that is free, they tell you when you go to a village, just when they say Wadao, you say female. So now if you who are here, when I see you, when you come, I will say Wadao. Don't say good morning to me. Wait till I say Wadao, and then you respond female, meaning you're free and we are one. Thank you.
Please, we heard it from Excellency. When you go out there, somebody asks you, what did you go to do there? If you can't say female, it's not my So thank you so much. It's beautiful. I'm touched because I'm from Volta region. I tried looking like somebody from Volta, so something that is origin. But at least I was part of the team that started mobile money in Ghana. So my uncle was the first person who went to Yendi in the family. So I've been there successfully. So I did some work to build a Medicaid foundation. So when I heard USA was excited in Tamale to open a branch for a financial institution. So mobile money took me to the north to a lot of places. I didn't know I was just being Ghana. By the time I saw how to do mobile money in Liberia. So many countries. People call me Jamaica, places where I'm not being. So that got me to say, hey, I've got to look for my history teacher and my geography teacher. And once I was visiting them, some have passed. The Excellency caught me in this room with Jennifer. and I've got my dosage. So I'm trying to find ways and means to get back my story. So to the honorable members from Ghana Tourist Authority, we get to know some colleagues from Her Excellency. We are amazed at the work we do. We want to talk to people who can allow some buses to go to the various regions and collaborate. So we met some, she has done a lot of work. We are trying to see how some of us can go to Suriname and back, how we can invite Surinamese to come. If possible, they don't just stay in Ghana. We want to use offices also go to Burkina Faso, Togo, Benin. When we sit here, when you take a vehicle under 4 hours, you go through Togo and Benin with the right documentation. So we are amazed how a simple vehicle in Tudu or Accra Central can go to Nigeria and come back in a day. So we're surprised that maybe some of the items you purchase in the local stores, we also use the African Trade Corridor items to free movement of goods, what of people. So we are appealing to authorities. If you have the right IDs, Ghana card, we want to be able to free emancipate ourselves between not only Africa, the other continent where Africans are. They are remitting money here, people are sending money out there. There's a lot of collaboration. We appreciate this fire, we appreciate this opportunity to interact with everybody. And have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pepper. Please, what story do you carry? Tonight, as we said, is a night of storytelling and display of culture. We're honored to have in our midst two wonderful ladies, Miss Na Jama and Jennifer Ya Ampofua, to share with us their stories. Put your hands together for them.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Najama Pobi, and I moved to Ghana 7 years ago because I wanted to leave the plantation from the UK. I came back home because I felt like my identity and my story is here. It's not in the West. I've learned so much about myself, my people, and I've been able to travel to other African countries where I've seen the similarities. As they said here today, we are all as one. It was very interesting. I didn't know there was a Suriname embassy in Ghana until I saw an event, an exhibition that Her Excellency put on. I think it was in March. And I learned so much. I learned so much that I thought, no, I can't keep this to myself. And Jennifer was here with me, and we said, oh no, we need to let other people hear this. So we thought, let's collaborate and put this event on. So it's not just kept in-house, it's also shared amongst, and I'm sure other people, as I've heard tonight, have had similar stories. So our journey continues, we are still learning, there's always something to learn. But I found that coming home is peace. And I feel that our stories are here to be shared because we have so many similarities. So I'm grateful to be here tonight with the rest of the team to share my stories. But I also want more to hear about your stories. So give thanks. Ago!
Amen.
Ago!
Amen.
Thank you. Good. Hey, I'm not going to go. Wado.
Female.
Wado.
Female.
It's all a journey. We're all on a journey. We're here to learn. We're here to understand things better and move forward together as one. My name is Jennifer Ya Ampofua Jankofa. Just like Sister E, we are called Sister E Najama. I moved to Ghana just under four years ago. I ran to Ghana. I literally ran away from UK. And you know, when I said to my family and friends I'm moving, I'm coming to live in Ghana, they were like, in the middle of COVID, you know, but that was the right time. You know, I lived and worked in Ghana 20 years ago. Yes, I am older than you think. I lived and worked in Ghana 20 years ago, and since then I've always said that I'll come back. You know, Ghanaian born to Ghanaian parents, Ghanaian heritage, but born and raised in the UK. We know Ghana, we've been back and forth on holiday, we've understood about our culture to some extent. But I always felt that there was so much more I needed to learn and so much more that I wanted to engage with. And I knew that that would only happen with me being in Africa. So I've moved, and it's been a journey. Been a journey that I haven't regretted. Every day, new challenges, but new learning, and the smile on my face is still here. But thank you all for coming. It is about sharing our stories. It's about those that have empowered us, those that have ignited the fire within us that keeps burning, and created opportunities. So I'm also the founder of an organisation called the Experience by Ambassadorial, which really tries to engage not only the diaspora or Africans across the continents, but also for us to learn from each other and for us to be able to share and spread our knowledge across different countries as well. So thank you all very much for coming. Thank you all very much for allowing us to be here. Thank you, Your Excellency, for giving us the platform to create this opportunity. So I started off under the baobab tree in December, where we created an event with our elders and we highlighted some of the traditions, the culture, and the customs, the marriage, the death, the new child being born, etc., from the different cultures. And this is the third event that we are doing to try and educate ourselves and learn from each other, because Africa is beautiful. African culture, African tradition is beautiful, and we want to hold on to it. You know, there's so much more that we can learn, so much more that we can share, and let's continue to be united as one. One love.
Thank you so much, Nazama and Miss Jennifer, for sharing your stories to us. Thank you so much. We have enjoyed the Kokrobitic Culture Group dance and then the Indigenous Vibes band. And so we're going to have a 5 minutes hot, so I call them the hot 5 minutes with them. Let's dance and enjoy ourselves. Then we continue with the program. But while they do that, when you go to my extreme right, unique flavors is there. They are serving us kebabs, pastries, drinks, and get some for yourself while you enjoy the band. And also we have our African drinks. We have Sobolo and others there. Please get some for yourself and enjoy. Thank you so much. They will introduce the dance they are going to do. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, the Indigenous Vibes Band and Gokro BT Cultural Group. Put your hands together for them once again. Put your hands together for them. Please, we want to acknowledge the presence of some dignitaries in our midst today. So we're honored that we are here at the Suriname Embassy, where we have Her Excellency Fidelia Gran Galon. Please. Thank you, Her Excellency, for always bridging the gap between Ghana and Suriname. It's a good job that you're doing. Please, if you are from the Ghana Tourism Authority, can we see your hands up? If you are representing Ghana Tourism Authority, please. Okay.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I've been trying to be a little bit quiet, but it's difficult. I'm hearing everybody saying all these wonderful things, but I guess what I'm going to say on behalf of GTA, we are very glad to be here. We thank you all for all the things that's been done. There are some ideas that actually came up tonight from being here on how to use the tourism covers everything. Health tourism, food tourism, agri-tourism. So tourism encompasses everything, and GTA is available to work with everybody in going back and forth between our continents and our people. But there's one thing I want to mention very, very important. As far back as in the late 50s, early 60s, when our fathers were thinking about how to remove the imaginary lines between us as people, they thought about putting together a cultural festival to do that. The first one was done in 1966 in Senegal. Festival died for 11 years. Second one was in 1977. Over 17,000 people on stage for 1 month. The biggest togetherness of our people globally. Unfortunately, the festival died again for 45 years. We brought it back since 2022. 2022 was in Zanzibar. 2023 was in Arusha, Tanzania. 2024 was in Kisumu, Kenya. And by the grace of God, 2025 is going to be in Accra, Ghana in September. So the week of September 21st, starting with Dr. Nkrumah's birthday, all through the week. Get everybody in the family globally. Get the grandkids, get grandpa, get grandma. There's something for everybody in Accra during the week of September 21st. The Black Star Square, the stadium, the conference center, the National Theater, all of them will be used for the week. Call everybody globally to come back home. It's our time. Africa is not the future, Africa is now. Let's take it. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Ghana Tourism Authority. Please, we have representatives from the Queen Mothers Association of Ghana. Please give us a wave if you're here. Queen Mothers Association, welcome, and thank you so much for coming. Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Okanse Royal Family. Okanse Royal Family, they were here with us. Yes. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this evening we will call upon our Ambassador, Her Excellency Fidelia Gran Galon, to share with us some stories, women's stories, some historical stories of women. Thank you.
Thank you. Gan tangi fi, meda sepa, akpe kakaka. These are all my language, my words. I don't say it is Ghanaian or African, it's mine. You know, the story of we, the African women in Suriname, it never stopped. It is, I am Kang Afikang. That is what I learned to know under the baobab tree. We call it Ondo Bong. Ondo Bong. And we even have a news outlet that call it Atoli Nabondo. That is where you get news. That is where you hear things and you learn. Atoli Nabondo. And this is in the Okanisi language. I feel so sorry but I still welcome my Okanisi royal house. They were here. And Atoli Nabondo is of women. How do we carry on as women? There is a song made in Suriname. It's a storytelling song because all stories that we tell around the fireplace and the fireside or under the tree, we always sing. And this song, people don't even know that it is an Okanisi song. And that is a song that mothers are telling their children in the Okanisi language under the tree. I know if you're from the United States of America or the Americas, you know this song. If you're from Trinidad, Carnival, you know this song. No one knows that it comes from the Maroons of Suriname. I will sing it. I don't know how to sing, but just listen and enjoy. Mama ya ye dona, mama ya ye dona, kabosaki dona ye dona, baka wefanya ye dona, faluma di, alama de. It is, it's like it's a soca song. But let me tell you the story behind it. This story is about a young girl, and all African men, they can have more than one wife. And in this village, you had these two wives, and one of them had a beautiful girl. She was the most beautiful girl in the village. And her name was Donaye. And her mom's rival name was Kambosa. So she had, she was allergic to a fish called awefi. And I hear you have that name here for fish too, awefi. Right? So you have two colors awefi, brown and black. And the black one, she was allergic to. So her mom and her father was going to the farm outside of the village, and the mother told Kambosa, don't give her black awefi to eat, or else she might die. So when the mom went, Kambosa went, fetch the fish, the black awefi, gave it to Donaye, and she died. When they came home, everybody was crying, the corpse was there, and everything. And they were like, she was so healthy when we were leaving. How come she died suddenly? And then the children were not allowed to go near to a corpse. You have to stay in the back of the village. But when they heard the elderly people are crying and saying, why, how come she can die? Such a beautiful girl. They start this song. Mama ya ye dona. Mama ya ye dona. Kambosaki dona ye dona. Baka wefyanyang ye dona. That is the whole story. And what is the moral? Eat what your mommy cooks. She knows what you are allergic to. So when mama cook, eat. You know it's healthy. Maybe your auntie doesn't want to kill you, but she doesn't know what you can and cannot eat. So they taught us in the village, When you see auntie, she finished cooking, tell her, you're full, run away. Go to mommy while you're hungry. You just stay, even if you go to someone else, do you want to eat? Oh no, I'm full. We never eat anyone else's food because you don't know what is in there. That is the moral. So when you listen to that song, Faluma, it's known as Faluma ding ding ding, Adagu yezana, Kapasi yezana, meaning dog EGA, Kapasi, all the animal, just nonsense. The first of the part of the story, that is where you learn. It's a storytelling song of the Maroon of Suriname, just like when we sit. The other one is about networking. How do we network? Who's the best networker in the village? Who's the best networker in the village? This was a story my mom was telling us always in the village. Well, my background, I'm born in faraway forests of Suriname, where the freedom fighters were living. That is where I grew up. My first teachers were my uncles, aunties under the boa tree. That is where your first class started. Mine started there, right? And it continued to go on. We even created a place the government had to do it called Kombe. When you go to Suriname, every weekend go to Kombe. When you go to Kombe, you will see everything of Africa there. Because when someone dies, we celebrate life. And to do the wake, we tell stories. And when we tell stories, we sing. Right? And this one, the networker, that was we call it dia. You say deer, right? We call dia. And is the turtle. So Turtle and Mr. Deer, they had a competition. Like from the village to Accra. They start from the same village. The deer knows I'm faster than Mr. Turtle, right? Can he walk? He cannot even make 2 steps when Mr. Deer make 1 step. So Mr. Deer was like, okay, I will win this competition. And Mr. Turtle starts sending messages to all the turtles in every village. Say, we have a competition with Mr. Deer, and we will win this competition. So Mr. Deer took his time, and he was running, and when he make a stop at a village, he will say, Alwe mina fulolanga, Alwe mina fulolanga means, Alwe, I don't have to run fast, right? And then, next to him, he will hear Turtle, Alwe mina fulolanga, and he was like, how come he's here? So, and this song will go on and on. When he reached Accra, he saw Mr. Turtle crossing the line. He lost. Why did he lose? Because all the turtles' networks, they send messages to every town, and that make you strong. Networking, in all language, we call it ahala. You are my ahala, I'm your ahala. Not wahala, it's ahala. So when in 2002, I was one of the founders of Maroon Women Network, and the unsung heroes, we were giving them a Hala Award. Up until today, people get a Hala Award. Why a Hala? In the stillness of having Boabab tree stories, under the tree and around the fireside. There is where we communicate and tell and get knowledge. So we are strong. Who is stronger in this part? The turtle. The deer. He lost it because he worked alone. Because he think he can win. It's not when you think you win, you will win. It's when you win, you win. Right? Is the moral of the story. I will tell you another story. All this tells you about how the Maroons survived in Suriname. When I came here, I heard a place called Dansoman.
Yeah.
I was like, but that is my grandmother, older sister's name. Danso. We have a lot of dansos in Suriname, and if you see them, handsome, beautiful, my cousins, they are danso. And when I came here, I heard Dansoman. And I heard another name, Asomaneng. And Asomaneng, it was my uncle's name. Dansoman, right? He was teaching. And when I came here, I heard Lante. Well, these are my cousin's name, Lante. Fabi Labi was the first Gama of Suriname. Labi. Right? He was strong and he beat them. They could not keep them enslaved. That was Labi. And then you come here in Ghana and tell me, is there in the eastern region? No. You see, when you hear the Nigerians say, Mi pikyo, I say, where did they steal our language? Mi piki. When you say Mi piki, it's my child. When you say Jaja, it's Yoruba for being fearless. But when you say, call me Jaja Uma, I have one of the head ties inside. It's called Jaja Uma, fearless woman. So when we call you Jaja, meaning you're fearless, and they say it's Yoruba, Nigeria, no. When you come to a village, you call it, I heard someone saying Daume, not Daume, Beni. So there's a village, Wodemaya went to that village called Daume. And Daume, no white person is allowed to enter up until today. No, it's a village where they know all herbal knowledge. When your leg is fractured in 7 days, they will put the medicine on they break the leg, fracture the leg of a chicken, put it, and when it's healed, you're healed. I have it as a testimonial. My brother got shot on his knees by my uncle at night. They were hunting, and then he went to the doctor. He was not healed. And one uncle of mine, he's still alive. He's that type of a healer. When you go to Suriname, look for him. Yonisi is his name. Dionisi. He healed my brother in 2 weeks. And he was 22. And he can still play football, almost 70 years old. Right? They do it. We went in the north and in Suriname. These healing knowledges are still there. When you have, for 200 years, the African Surinamese lived without any connection with the West. They never allowed, from the 1700s till the 1900s, anyone to touch their pregnant woman. I spoke to 2 midwives. How do they take care of premature babies? Simple. When you give birth in 6 months, they take the baby, they have this fire in a hut, and that is how they keep the baby warm. but they make sure it does not have any smoke. How they do it, Africa knows. I won't say God knows. Africa knows. So the baby will be in a self-made hammock, and then they will put two sticks, one there and one there, so the baby cannot roll, even if it cries. And then they will feed the baby with fish water. They will cook the fish, put it in calabash, and give the baby the calabash while they feed the mother to make the milk. And in 2 weeks, the baby of 6 months, it's like 9 months. It happens up until today. In the forest of Suriname, we don't have hospitals in the forest. When they ran away, it took them about 6 months to find their own African way. You know the story of the plantain? They had the knowledge on their way of freedom to plant a plantain tree 6 in the morning, and at 3 o'clock they have their full-grown plantain fruit. They cook and eat. And we have 6 kingdoms, and in my husband's tribe called Matawai, they did the presentation in a theater. They can cook egg with green leaves. And I knew that could happen because I met a herbalist, a doctor, Wiafe, he's not here. And he gave me a herb. When I put my eye, it water my eye, it burns. So they know these herbs that can give the energy that you will get from the fire. And that on their runaway time, they could eat egg, boiled egg from green leaves. They could eat plantain, plant it in the morning, and it can keep them a whole week. Right? So they've seen things there. So as we speak, if you want to go to the palace of the Okanisi king, and you know his first name is Da Bono. Da means papa. Bono, meaning he comes, we have people from the Bono region. Right? So that's how they relate. So his name is Bono. And I want him in Ghana. I told him, Da Bono, please come to Ghana and show them that you are real. And you're a chief. And you're a king. He's our king. We see him there, and he's not the only one. There are 5 more. Right? And we have names like Bone, Tete. All these are Surinamese names. Tete. And I can call Tete's son. He was a very popular man. Was a bus driver. And my own father's name I hear is from Burkina Faso. These Bisa people, Bisa, I hear is a tribe from Burkina Faso. Bisato, we have a lot of Bisas in Suriname. So I never knew that they came even from Côte d'Ivoire. We have names. And from Kenya, there's a group there, a big tribe called Akamba. I can show you one of the Akambas is a pastor, he's an apostle. When I heard about it, I called him, I said, Brother Naifa, are you not Akamba? You're from Kenya. And then when I went to South Africa, I heard of Pedi. And I was like, come on, I know the Pedi people of Suriname. Their island is very strong. And they are very strong people. And I never knew it was South Africa. So all over Africa, it's all over America. It's not only Suriname. Because we thank the Dutch, their policy was their language should not be known by the Africans. So they left us to speak whatever language we speak. And they had enslavement closed in 1863. And our peace treaty was with the Okanisi, the first one. And the first one was in 10th of October 1760. So this year we celebrate the 265th freedom signing with the Okanisi people. It's Maroon Day, a national holiday in Suriname since 2010 because we fought for it and the government granted rightfully. There are 3 women that were pivotal in the Maroon story. The first one is Mapansa, and you have Pansa last name. Who was Mapansa? When she freed herself from enslavement together with her brother and sisters, they were Okanisi. But then, a big leader called Adu, you have that name too. Tourism to Suriname is to Ghana. Right? So the tourism authority is here. So Adu now, his wife was Pansa. So he will go out, raid the plantation, take Africans, bring them in freedom. And then he will come with goods from the plantation, thinking when I go to the village, my wife will be very happy. And when he comes, Mapansa have everything. She has her rights, she has her firewood, she can take care of everything because she was a provider. And it too, knowing the African man, his pride was touched. And it made her very popular. Up until today, the tribe is called Samaka. If you follow Wodemaya, he went to their region. All Samaka women will have their wood, the firewood, on their hand. They don't allow men to carry it. Thankfully, the Okanisi women, all husbands, are taking care of the firewood. So I don't have to do that. But the Samaka women are very strong, Mapansa philosophy. And for the Okanisi woman, I found out one of them was Ma Benkina. And Benkina is a Zulu word. Just go and find it. So meaning, we had Zulus. And Ma Benkina house has the kingdom of Suriname. 2 daughters, 1 black one and 1 a brown one. So we call them Bakabe and Lebibe. So right now, the black one, the black daughter, her great-great-grandson is our king. And it never changed. So we have it for hundreds of years, that the kingdom remained for one maternal house. That is Suriname. So you are born a king. So there's no fight for who will be the Gama. Ma Benkina was the one that has the knowledge of the covenant. And covenant is that whenever you do something wrong, you will die if you don't keep yourself to it. And they call it Shweli Gadu, the covenant God. I was rebuking it all the time as a Christian. You don't go to Shweli Gadu, any African God. But when you go and translate it, we have a covenant with God to do good. Yes? So all that they had to do is to do good, to come back safe, and to make sure more Africans are free. What were they using to know one another's reason is the drum. We still do the drum the same way. Go to the maroon drum of Suriname, it's the same. And it's the Apinti. We are the best Apinti drummers in the world. Right, my dear? Where's your husband? You know, the thing is, that was Ma Benkina. When she died, her sister took over, that is Makato. And Makato, she saw the freedom signing of the treaty, 17th of October, 10th of October, 1760. And after 103 years, slavery was abolished in 1863. And you know who was torturing them during that time? His name was Ajako. And he came from Jamaica. They sold him from Jamaica to Suriname. He was a slave. And when he came to Suriname, he fled slavery and became a Maroon, and he could write. So he will write letters to the plantations and say, if you don't stop enslavement, we will continue killing you. And they would behead them, and they would do everything. And Makato was the one that made it. So these three women, these three mothers, they taught us discipline in the story of women and freedom. We have another lady in the 1900s called Dr. Sophie Redmond. And when I say Sophie Redmond, is a Dutch name. Redmond is a Dutch name too. But she was an exceptional woman. She was the first African Surinamese medical doctor. You can go and Google her. She was very tall and big, but she would treat them freely. All the poor people could go to Madame Sophie Redmond. We have a street named after her. And we even have a Kwaku festival, the one that broke the chain during enslavement, and it's my Kwaku. And his statue is in Paramaribo. I know when the Asante Hene went there, he paid tribute to Kwaku. They laid everything there, he and the president and those who were with him. And in the Netherlands, they have Kwaku Festival. A lot of Ghanaians are participating, musicians, they participate. So when I say I'm the real African, we have them in Suriname, it's because they never refer to themselves as, like you have African American. No, they say, Mina Kankang African, Satuwi African, meaning my hair is short and I'm African. So even today, all our children are saying that. So you know, tourism authority. When we come here and say, oh, you have names like us, I'm telling everybody it's not like you, it's us. In Suriname, we have the Indian community. In India, they are still Indians. We have the Chinese community, they are not diasporans. They are Chinese. They speak Hakka and Mandarin. So I can say Ni Hao. And they still speak their languages. And the Indians, you see my president, I love him so much. His name is Chandrika Prasad Santoki. And when you want to tell him, I love you, or you want to greet him, you say Namaste. All of us know that. Namaste. And if you want to, you think you're in love with him, just tell him, Ham toke Chaila. Meaning I love you. Ham toke Chaila. We have Indonesians there. And the Indonesians still speak the Javanese language. And Yogyakarta, Indonesia, has a cultural center in Suriname. And they are there every single day with their embassy, teaching them the Javanese embassy in Suriname, and Zero Cultural Center in Suriname. And there is no connection in Suriname but the United States, Jamaica, Guyana. Why? Because of the Commonwealth. We are no member of the Commonwealth. We don't speak English, and we speak 7 different African-related languages. So when I say Saka Saka, I thought it was mine. Huh? Saka Saka. the same meaning. Chogomoni, the same meaning. Huh? Akpe, we have a song, Pek, meaning is when you shoot the gun the other way. Right? Pek comes from me. Right? We teach you when we came here hundreds of years ago, and when we were leaving, we are still connected. You understand? So I don't want us to stay with the government because it's not the government. We always love to rely on government. When this ambassador is not here anymore, tomorrow I have elections. Depending on who wins, I might not be here anymore. Will you stay connected to the ambassador to do these connections? No. It is you to do it. We need the direct flight. And you know what I hear from European-related business people? How big is your population? Economically, who created the word economically? Is it the Okansi people? No. Is it your African language? No. What is economy in your language? We don't have any. Do we have economy in the language? Never. So why do we rely on economic advancement and economic benefits? That is what I hear. What's the population of Suriname? When you tell them, oh, sorry, how far are you from Brazil? How far are you from Argentina? How far are you from Colombia? How far are you from this country and that country? So I'm here as the mother of Suriname and representing not only the Africans, but also the Asians and everybody. We need you. We need you to cross over because in enslavement time, it was direct. Why can it not be direct anymore? Now we are free. Why do we have to go to Europe or the United States? It takes me 20 hours to reach Ghana. But if we have a direct flight, it's only 6 hours. We are very close. We are closer than Jamaica. I'm fighting the Jamaicans here. But I don't fight them. But that is the truth. Suriname is a hub. Is it only when we have our oil in 2028 that Africa will have a direct flight for the oil or for the Africans? Who do you want to work with? Local content is tourism. It's tourism. It's food. So, my son Kamla, I will say it again. We have the best fufu in Suriname. We call it daidomi, eating it with our hand and okra. So, don't give me any spoon when you give me fufu. Or keke. Or banku. I don't want to eat it with it. Because mommy told me eating it with your hand is the best. Did I come to Ghana to hear that? No. Did I meet the tourism authority? No. Because we will allow you to step ashore in Dahomey, Suriname. We don't discriminate. We long for Africa. And my sister here is from the United States. They have the same longing like me. That's why we are here. That's why when we come back, don't sell land to us. It's my land. You don't know. It was my father, the king, that was taken away to Suriname. And then the neighbor was not a king, became the king. And when I come back, it is not my palace anymore. How about that?